Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and today we are back here in the Fire Temple where I'm hoping that we'll be able to finish things up here. And you'll notice that between episodes I removed the slabs around the pit, and that's because we need to replace the stone that's around here with another material. Because you see we can see the smooth stone all around the fire here, and that's just not going to work. Now the question is what material we should do it with, and the only two I could think of is either stone brick or nether brick. And I'm currently leaning towards the nether brick, so I'm going to get as much nether brick as I can, and then we could start cutting the perimeter around here, hopefully without getting ourselves burned, and then replace it with nether brick. We'll start right here, and here's where it's going to get tricky. At least if I lose a little stone in this, it's not going to be a major loss. And a little bit more here. Now I want to see what this looks like before I do the rest. Make sure that it has the look I... Yeah, that will do. I'll just do this all the way around. There you go. It acts as a nice wall to go against the fire, and it also adds a nice transition into the pit. So therefore, I think that's a win on that side. Now I need an altar, and I feel the altar should be granite. Should be some granite here. Oh, in my inventory, where else would I have granite? Polished granite, that is. And I think that we should put this right... Should we put... Ooh. Oh, there is that. Very well. Let's try right here then. So, if it's gonna be that high, I think we should make it... That's not going to work, is it? How am I going to do the altar then? How about something like this? We take this out, and what I want to do with this is that we are going to place another brick across this section right here, and we'll do this. We'll need a little bit more. The idea there then is that we'll just connect down to here, and that this will become the area we want, and then we could put our altar right there. And we could put the altar right here. Good. And then on each end of that, we could have a torch. That way we could provide the light for this area, since that could be potentially spawnable without light. So how does that work? Look down here. All right, and good. Now we are going to need a bell. I was thinking of putting a bell right here. And to do that, I am going to need an iron grating or fence or whatever they call it. They are called iron bars. And I want to put one right here and here. And then 2 blocks of iron, and this will form the bell that they have to summon people in. So therefore we've got the bell, we've got the altar, we've got the fire pit. Now we don't have any pillars, which are called for in the module, but when I look at this roof, I suddenly realize that it is completely incompatible with pillars because I'm using stairs for this intermediate area, so therefore any good place to put pillars really won't work. So I'm going to dispense with the pillars in this room and just leave that as it is. So the question is, what will I need instead? Ah, of course, instead of pillars then, we will have little lamps. So what I'll do is I'll just put one of these here and take some nether brick, take some steps there, put a torch there, and we could do this at each of the corners. I really can't think of anything else that's needed at the moment. I will probably need some way to make sure that the clerics, once I bring them in here, don't go wandering off. That will probably involve nether fences. But other than that, I think it's done. Because those touches managed to bring it out the way I want it. So what's next? I think it'll be best for me to take care of the fencing before I get along anywhere else. So therefore, I have thought maybe dark oak would work here. And the reason for the dark oak is I think the dark oak matches the nether brick pretty well. And usually I prefer spruce in this particular area, but I think using dark oak will blend in with the nether brick. I was considering maybe was that all I needed? Alright. I think that's enough then. Yeah, and I think that'll keep the clerics from flying out all over the place. Which means maybe I better just try bringing the clerics in and seeing how well they do. Hello! Time for you to find your new home! Now I get to find out if I did actually make this place villager safe. There you go, that's 1. And that's 2. Welcome, clerics of the Temple of Fire. And they immediately stand as close to the fire as they can, don't they? Well, that is why I wanted to make it villager proof. What I need to do now is to collect some sand because I am out of glass. I used the last of it in doing the cap to make the fire safe. And now I'm going to need sand for the air temple because the air temple is certainly going to be needing a great deal of it, and it looks like the community desert is just about tapped out, so I may have to find another spot at which to mine for sand, but there seem to be a couple little small areas here. I went to the marketplace and bought myself a nice supply of shulkers, so at least I won't have any trouble on that matter. Looks like I can get sandstone here aplenty. I made myself a new enchanted diamond shovel just so I could have a nice long session here, but apparently that's not going to happen because sand seems to be a rare commodity here now. And okay, where is the Alright, there you go. I took care of that. I figured I'd just grab a little bit of this and maybe a little bit of sand. So I bought a lot of shulkers just to get a small sampling out here. Well, I'll find another desert elsewhere, especially since any other desert I find is going to be at a less convenient location. But at least I now have some extra sandstone in case I need that for anything else. Not that I've been using much sandstone in any of my projects, but I used, I think, just about all I had when I was doing the Earth Temple last was it last month or the month before that? There we go. And there we go. Now I'll see if I could find any regular sand anywhere. Ah, sand! Oh! Lava. Okay, be very, very careful. There's lava in the area. Maybe that's the reason why that stuff was untouched there. Ah! And that seems to be forming a break against the wind there. Alright, there you go. Oh. Am I actually filling up? Well, that's why I bought all these shulkers. Let's see. Sand 64, 64. Anything with 64 can just go in there. Actually, I might as well just throw the stone in there also. Good. Continue on. See if I can find any more sand. To help alleviate this, I'm now finally excavating one of the ends on my hub. Remember, so far I've only been using the east end. Oh yes, this is the east end right here, which goes to Stina Rose's base. And so now I'm heading out to the west end. I'm heading way out here. And I've already dug this out, and it was a little bit of challenging because how things go up and down a little bit. And finally turning around here and coming in the other direction so that I will be able to have another portal that goes into the nearest desert to my base. And here is the portal. So let's see what's on the other side. I was planning on a desert, not a beach. But it does give me access to acacia. Oh yes, it is a desert. Good. Because we have all this cactus here. And it looks like not too many people have been in the area because these cactus is only one. And we also have a desert temple up here. And we also have a skeleton. Alright, we have a couple of dark areas too. Yeah. Well, there's a way to deal with that. And that's with a shovel. I came here to harvest sand anyway. So dark spots made by sand is going to very quickly... Hey! Ouch! Yeah. These guys are nasty down here. Let me get some... Creepers. No, we don't want creepers. I also see that we have some rabbits here. Now, I still need to get some... Let's see. Some rabbit's feet. That's something I still have not yet, guys. That's one type of potion I've not been able to make yet. Am I able to hit any of these things? Well, I also have that spider there I need to hit. I wasn't expecting this to become a battleground. I've been going against creepers. I've been going against... Yeah, that's not going to get me much. I've been going against creepers. I've been going against... This is a... Am I able to get... The problem with the rabbits is you can't catch up with them. And of course, if you want fortune, you need... Yeah. No way am I going to catch up with this guy. Not that I particularly... I sent him into the nether. Well, that'll be interesting. But I came here for sand, and I've got this big desert that has been untapped, and I also have that desert temple, and I want to see what's in it. So therefore, that's what we're going to do. And apparently, you can't hit rabbits from this way. Which means if you want to kill a rabbit, you have to do it this way. And rabbits... Oh, rabbit seed might not even drop if you shoot it. Oh no, of course it will shoot because you've killed it. Duh. But the lack of a... What was that? Rabbit hides are a thing? Oh, I think you put several rabbit hides together in order to form a leather or something like that. But alright, here we are for a desert temple. I wonder what's inside it. This is what's really going to tell me whether or not anyone's been here before. Let's see. There is the... And you want to get down there without triggering the... trap that's down there, because a bunch of TNT is not the way in order to introduce yourself to a place. Yeah, but let's make sure nothing spawns down here. Good. But the real tricky thing is, if I remember correctly, the kaboom switch is... This place might have already been raided. I do not see... Well, I'm not going to assume that the TNT's already been removed, because if I do that and it hasn't been, it would be bad news for me. But let me go and check. Piece by piece, we'll check. And I'll try to go down a long way. Now, actually, do I have a bed on me? Okay, good. Alright, that's just in case it gets to be nighttime and I have a place to sleep. Okay. To make things go a little bit more swiftly. Alright, so now... Well, that's TNT. So the TNT is still there. I guess I assumed that there was a pressure plate that causes the TNT to trigger or something like that. If the trap is of a different type, well, that's just in case it's opening up one of the chests that triggers it. Okay, good. Good. And if I knew this place better, I might be able to go through here a little bit more quickly, but if you don't know how things operate... Oh, it's getting to be nighttime. This is why I brought a bed along. Let's try it like that. Now let's see if there's anything left in these chests. There is. So why wasn't there a pressure plate? So I guess I was thinking for a moment there that maybe somebody raided everything and took that away. But there's nothing here. Are there such things as untrapped desert temples? I didn't think so. Well, I certainly have enough. Yeah, like I didn't have enough of that stuff already. Well then, I might as well take the chests also while I'm at it. It's just a regular chest, not a trap chest. Alright. Well then, I'll just take all of that. And then that means I can go and start mining to my heart's content. get as much sand as I want, and that's what I'll be bringing and preparing for the next episode when I start thinking about what I want to do for the air temple, because I'm going to need plenty of sand to make that. But that's all the time I have for today, and we'll see what we'll be doing, whether it's building the air temple or starting something else. But we'll see you in the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.